You gotta be careful with what you do. Your actions can have consequences. A man accused of kicking a bison at Yellowstone National Park is injured by an animal and then arrested on alcohol charges. Clearly the alcohol got the better of him. I hate this bison, so I'm gonna kick him. What did he think was gonna happen when he did such a dumb mistake? Let's read into this story. The headline of a man accused of kicking a bison at the Yellowstone National Park is injured by the animal and then arrested on alcohol charges. What a dum-dum. Let's read into it. A man who kicked a bison in the leg and was then injured by the bison at Yellowstone National Park, according to park officials, marking the first time a visitor was injured by one of the iconic animals at the park this year. Park rangers arrested and jailed Clarence Yoder, 40. Well, clearly there's no force with this Yoder. After he was treated for minor injuries, officials said on Monday. Rangers got a call about the man allegedly harassing a bison herd and kicking one of them about 7 miles inside the park's west entrance on the 21st of April. Clearly, the bison looked at him or implied something about him that provoked him, maybe. Or maybe he just decided to start a fight with an animal that was bigger and stronger and tougher than he was and thought he was the smart one by provoking it and then ended up getting his ass handed to him. Officials did not disclose how the bison injured the man or whether it tried to gore him. I'm going to go out on a limb and say the bison did not want to engage in hostilities, but simply acted a right to self-defend itself from this tirade drunken law. Rangers stopped Yoder in a car driven by another person in nearby West Yellowstone, Montana. Yellowstone officials said in a release on Monday. Park officials didn't describe Yoder's injury from the bison. He was charged for being under the influence of alcohol, disorderly conduct, and approaching and disturbing the wildlife. His 37-year-old companion, McKenna Bass, was charged with driving under the influence and failing to yield to a police car and disturbing the wildlife. It clearly says there, danger. Do not approach the wildlife. And if you're told not to approach it, especially with a horn like that, it could even lead to very serious injuries or even worse if you are not careful. The two men from Idaho Falls, Idaho, pleaded not guilty to a court in an appearance on September the 20th in April 2022. Bisons are the largest land mammal in North America, with bulls weighing up to 2,000 pounds. Despite their size, bison can sprint up to 40 miles an hour. They routinely injure tourists who get too close. Well, that's why there's a sign saying, "Do not get close. That is your own fault." Yellowstone officials urge people to stay at least 25 yards away from all wildlife in the park. Some Yellowstone facilities began operating for the busy summer season last week, and the process will continue into June. Park officials said they mark the first-person incident of a visitor being injured by bison in 2024. The last report injured occurred in July 17, 2023, when a 47-year-old woman was gored by one of the animals and suffered significant injuries to her chest and abdomen. That is obviously a terrible thing to suffer such abdominal injuries. But this case, obviously, this idiotic man got too close because he decided to have a few drinks and thought he could harass a bison instead. Not sure the story about this one, but I generally hope that woman was more okay than this idiot. There were 3 reported incidents in 2022, including one when a woman got within 10 feet of a bison before the animal gored her. All for that self-feed. And tossed her 10 feet in the air. A 25-year-old woman from Grove City, Ohio, sustained a puncture wound and other injuries. Yellowstone is the only place in the US where bison have continuously lived since prehistoric times. Stay away from the bison. I know you want your selfie. I know you want to have your moment in the sun with these beautiful animals. But these animals have rights. The rights to gore you if you get too close. And if you get injured, that is your own fault. Now, as for the dumb man who decided that he thought he could pick a fight with one, well, he got what he deserved, was an injury and had some time in jail as a result of his actions. As for the women who got injured, obviously, I feel for them, and they should not have gotten as close as they did. Sometimes it can be simple provocation that can lead them to a charge and gore at people as well. If you don't follow the rules, if you don't do as you're told, you put yourself at risk, making you a dum-dum. But what do you guys honestly think? What do you guys make of people getting too close to animals when they are clearly told not to get too close to them? Is it funny that we should make mockery when people get injured? Maybe not. But it does reveal the stupidity of some people when there are clearly signs saying, danger! Do not approach the wildlife. Let me know your thoughts and more down in the comments section below. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to catch you all for another Dum Dum episode.